What's up, everyone? This is Aaron from Dad.0. So if you're in the market for a fitness-focused wearable, you're probably looking at things like a Fitbit or a Garmin watch, and that's totally understandable. Those brands have been at the top of the market for a long time, but in 2021, there are more and more companies that are coming out with fitness-focused wearables that I think should also be considered. One of those companies is the company Coros. Now, they haven't been in the GPS smartwatch market for that long. Their first GPS launched in May of 2018, but since then, they've launched a bunch of new products, all focused for performance and to help athletes train to be their best. So I decided to pick up one of their latest products, the Coros PACE 2, that packs a ton of fitness features and smartwatch features into a really appealing design. So I'm just going to show you everything you get in the box, show you basic operations on how to use the watch, and give you my review after using this for roughly 2 weeks. So it's no secret that Coros is trying to compete directly with Garmin with this PACE 2, and everything from the watch itself to even the packaging just screams that. If you ever open a Garmin smartwatch before, this one is very similar, looks almost the exact same. It has that small dark gray box, product image on front. You lift up the top part of the box to reveal the watch. The first thing on top is your user manuals and some Coros stickers. Below that is the actual PACE 2 smartwatch, and I'm just going to pull this out for a second to take a look at it. And right off the bat, I cannot believe how light this is. Again, it looks incredibly similar to a bunch of Garmin watches that have been on the market, but one big thing I noticed right off the bat is just how light it is in comparison. We'll get to more on the smartwatch design in just a second. Let's see what else you get. Below the watch, there is a small box that contains both the proprietary charging cord and there's some caps for the actual charging port itself on the back of the watch. So when you're not charging it, you can put a cover on the port to make sure it doesn't get damaged. So let's talk about the design of this watch for just a minute. And first things first, let's talk about the display. We have a 1.2 inch, 240 by 240 pixels, 64 color, always on memory LCD. The glass is made out of Corning glass for extra protection. It does have a backlight, and it's incredibly similar to those Garmin transflective screens that when you take them outdoors in brighter sunlight, the screen actually looks better and it's more visible than when you're indoors, which is kind of the opposite of most smartwatches. And that's how you know that this is an outdoor fitness focused smartwatch first. The outside bezel is made of what they're calling a fiber reinforced polymer. It just feels kind of like a really hard plastic. There are two buttons on the side. One has a scroll wheel that you use to first unlock the watch, and then you can use it to kind of navigate through the watch, as this does not have a touchscreen. The physical size of the watch is 42 millimeters by 42 millimeters by 11.7 millimeters. And the weight with the silicone band like this one is just 35 grams. If you get the one with the nylon band, it's only 29 grams. That is insanely light for a GPS training watch. In fact, Coros says that at the time of launch, this was the lightest GPS watch in the entire world. For the band, like I said, you have two options, the silicone or the nylon. Both come in at 20 millimeters and they are interchangeable. And this is the only size that they sell this watch in. It's kind of a one size fit all, and I can see that working because this watch isn't too big for even the smallest wrists out there, but it also isn't small. I have what I would consider to be an average or maybe a slightly above average male size wrist, and it doesn't feel small on my wrist at all. And because it is so light, I oftentimes forget I'm wearing it. PACE 2 also comes in a variety of different colors. You can get it in red, gold, green, dark navy, which is this color, and a white. So that kind of covers the design. Let's talk about some of the features of the PACE 2. For navigation, you have the GPS, GLONASS, and Bezel. For sensors, you have almost all the sensors you could possibly want. You have the optical heart rate monitor, barometric altimeter, accelerometer, a compass, a gyroscope, and a thermometer on here. This is water resistant up to 50 meters or 164 feet, and it auto detects your body movements and monitors your heart rate and calories burned. For battery life, they quote 20 days of regular use, 30 hours of full GPS mode, and 60 hours in Ultra Max mode, which, coming from an Apple Watch myself, 20 days of regular use is very, very welcomed. And the other nice thing is that this thing charges up super fast. You can go from 0 to 100% in less than 2 hours. I tested this out myself. I was able to go from 10% to 75% in just 1 hour. So I believe that that statement holds true. For connections, you have both Bluetooth and ANT+, so you can connect a whole bunch of different accessories to this as well as your phone. And there are some smartwatch features to this. It will relay incoming notifications from your phone as well as phone calls and caller ID. There's also a ton of other features on this, including sleep tracking, fitness level analysis. There are training programs, muscle heat maps. There's also a night mode, which is kind of cool if you're the type of person that likes to work out at night, which leaves the backlight on for the entirety of the workout. And this watch retails for $199 US. So you can see you get a ton of fitness features and a great overall design for a price that is on par with some of the higher end wearables out there and actually comes in cheaper than most of the Garmin smartwatches on the market. So now I just want to get into my review of the Pace 2. Now, for reference, I am not training for a marathon or a triathlon or anything like that. I have tried to do at least one workout with this every day for the last 2 weeks, and to compare it to some of the other smartwatches and accessories that I use to see how accurate it is. First things first, wearing this has been an absolute pleasure to wear. It is so incredibly lightweight and relatively slim compared to some of the other GPS smartwatches out there that after putting it on, I forget that I'm wearing it within 10 minutes. In my opinion, it's the perfect size for a smartwatch. The screen itself is really easy to see, especially when you're outside. It looks super bright and super vibrant. Inside, it's a little bit more dull, but still easy to see. And at night, you can always click on the backlight if you want to see the time or your notifications. The bezel, like they say, is that fiber reinforced polymer. It does look like plastic. I thought that would bug me coming from an Apple Watch, but honestly, you trim off a lot of weight when you use a polymer instead of a metal, and that's a trade-off that I'm happy to take because this is really comfortable to wear. So the other thing I thought that I would really miss is a touchscreen, especially coming from that Apple Watch, but after using this for 2 weeks, I really don't miss it all that much. Using the scroll button on the side has become really intuitive and second nature to me. You get used to first scrolling to unlock the screen, which I think is a genius idea. There's so many times that you can actually bump that button and start getting into things that you don't want to. So to have that scroll to unlock feature is really nice. So you just scroll to unlock it, and then you can quickly get into widgets just by scrolling around. And the cool thing about these graphs is that you can actually click in and scroll through the graphs and see more in-depth information right on the watch, which is a really cool thing that I haven't seen on any other smartwatches. It's normally something that you can only do in an app, and then you can see your phone notifications that are customizable. So if you only want a few notifications to come through, you can customize that in the app, and then you can also click in on the notification and read more and delete that specific notification or delete all of them. The bottom button kind of works as a back button, so you can get back to the watch face. If you click in on the scroll button, you can quickly get into tracking a workout, and you can customize this list of workouts in the app. And if you hold down on the bottom button, you can get into more widgets like the metronome, ultramax, satellite signals, stopwatch. There's a timer. There's an alarm that you can set. You can customize the watch face here. You can turn on the night mode. You can turn on the do not disturb, go into the compass. You can also broadcast your heart rate, and you can see your current battery usage, which again, this is a real cool feature where if you click in, you can see how much power is remaining, how many estimated days you have left. So if you're going on a vacation or if you're going somewhere to train, you should be able to tell if you need a charge before you go or if you need to bring your charger with. And the overall operation and getting around the watch has been really fast, really snappy. There's been little to no lag. Jumping between menus, getting into a workout, acquiring a GPS signal has never taken more than about 3 seconds. And if you're coming from the original Pace, the Pace 2 has a 1.5 times more powerful processor. It offers 5 times more RAM and 4 times as much storage, which should keep this nice and fast for years to come. For battery life, in my usage, again, I try to do at least one workout every single day, and most of the times those were GPS workouts for around a half hour to an hour. And I found that after about 2 weeks, I was at 10% of battery life. So I'm right at that 16 to 18 days of battery life. As far as accuracy, the Pace 2 seems incredibly accurate. I've compared this to my chest heart rate monitor for tracking heart rate. The GPS has been spot on with all the runs and walks that I've taken. The distance and calories burned have been right on par with my Apple Watch. The altimeter seems to be right on as well. it definitely has tracked even the slightest changes. And everything is kept in the Coros app, which they have done a really nice job of keeping this app really intuitive and easy to navigate while providing a ton of information. When you log into the app, the first thing you see is your today, and you can see all your stats. And if you click on any of these, you're brought into a graph in landscape mode so you can see it more clearly, and you can scroll through and get more information about any of your stats for the day. There's just so much information right on the home screen, and it's really easy to understand. The next tab over, you can see all of your workouts, and you can click on any of them and get more information about that specific workout, including your pace, your cadence, your stride length, your running power, your elevation. There's a ton of information. The next tab over is your profile. Again, you can start to customize things like your workout programs, your training plans. You can see your muscle heat map, your records. You can also connect to third-party apps. And the last tab is your device tab. Here you can customize your device. You can update the firmware, the watch face, select what workouts you want on the watch, customize notifications. Again, there's just a ton of stuff that you can customize right here on the app. So overall, this Coros PACE 2 is an amazing value, in my opinion, for all the features that you get. If you're someone that's training for an event, whether that be just a 5K, a 10K, if you're training for a half marathon or a marathon, or maybe you're doing triathlons, Ironmans, anything like that, or if you just want to track your fitness progress, this is a terrific smartwatch. And for all the features that you get, I think it's more than worth the $200 price tag. And on top of all the features, I think it just honestly looks good. It's a good looking watch. I like that it's circular. I like that it's lightweight, and I like that it's super comfortable to wear. So if you're interested in it, I'll put a link in the description below. Thank you for everyone that watched to the end of this video. I know it was kind of a longer review, and I'm going to start doing something a little bit different with my sign-offs. You know, typically people say like and subscribe, yada, 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 but you're either going to do that or not going to do that anyway, whether I ask you to or not. So what I'm going to start doing as a smaller YouTube channel is try to promote other small YouTube channels that are really kicking some butt and producing some great content. These are channels that I'm currently watching, and honestly, I get my inspiration from. Sometimes I watch another YouTuber's channel and I see some of the shots that they take and I think, wow, I want to do that. And if you like the content that I produce, maybe you'll like theirs as well. So the first one I want to call out is the channel called Wiggle. They do a lot of reviews on outdoor fitness focused products. They make some really great high quality content. So if you haven't seen them, go check out their channel. They have a lot of really cool reviews and a lot of products that I hope to get my hands on someday. But other than that, guys, thanks again for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.
No judgment, judgment, judgment. No judgment, judgment, judgment.